Um, so this is my video as a submission for my critical summary this week. The topic this week was dishonesty. However, I won't be touching on anything that was in the slides or anything like that. I'm gonna delve deeper into issues that I've been dealing with for the past couple of weeks now, that relate to some of the stuff that was said in the conversation on Wednesday. So something that struck out to me on Wednesday was how Josh said that all of his relationships that he has had so far have ended. So he yeah, like, he doesn't have like long relationships. Most of his relationships come to their natural conclusion quite quickly, or eventually they do. So I was thinking about that, and it's kind of strange because I was starting to feel that one of my closest relationships here at Rhodes was beginning to come to an end, um and I was struggling to deal with that, mainly because I also realized that that is probably the biggest change that can happen to the relationships I've had here at Rhodes and the interactions I've had here at Rhodes University. So the thing is, I feel that my best friend and I here at Rhodes, my best friend here at Rhodes, who I've known since 2015, and we've been through thick and thin, I feel like our relationship is coming to a we come to a diverging point, and I think we're starting to move in opposite or different directions, and I'm struggling to deal with the change in that, because obviously I've had friends now that have moved out of my life and are no longer part of my daily life, and the various factors for that. It's just this relationship I thought was gonna last a lot longer, but also I also feel really bad about thinking that it's going to end without even having like all of these thoughts of trying to make it work, because I know how it can be. I mean, she's moving to States next year, and I'm gonna stay in residence. She's gonna be doing honors. I'm gonna be doing third year officially next year. So we're gonna have like we're gonna be on like completely two different pages, um, and I think that will just be like the breaking point of our friendship. And I mean, we've already drifted apart. There's interests that she has and interests that I have that are completely opposite, and they take time. Both of our interests, and also not only that, because she's doing her third year, she's extremely busy, and she can't really find time. We can't really find time in our schedules that match up, and so it's been coming on a long time now, like since about halfway through this year, and I'm struggling. Okay, I know I keep saying struggling, but like to me it's a really big challenge, because I work very well with convenience. I know it sounds like really strange and selfish for me to say that it is convenient, but genuinely my life is very busy. I have a lot of things going on in my mind, and this is one thing that I can bank on, that I know every single day I will see her. I'll come back to residence, and she'll be in a room, maybe not, but I'll always be there. She'll always be there. I'll always be available for her, and I feel like the fact that because we're so close and we're just gonna like separate so quickly, and like I don't think I could get used to it, and I'm not coping really well with it. I really am not. Like, I'm just kind of in this whole limbo in my head that like, no, let's just pretend we're here. And every time she mentions digs, I kind of get like a bit shaky, and I just like it like hits me all over again that like she's not gonna be in res next year, and I'm already feeling really lonely, which is actually something I'm gonna cover just now. But yeah, and like a lot of people have already moved out, and I've dealt with those changes because they weren't like that as meaningful to me as um this relationship has been with my friend, and that's another thing. I'm struggling on the point of meaningful relationships. That's also the point that I have to cover in this video, but I'm gonna get to that later. Alright, so not only is my relationship with my best friend drifting, There's also changes in other relationships, like relationships with my parents. They've been extremely difficult. Um, um, I've had a good week with them though, because they came over this weekend, and it was really good to see them. And yeah, they yeah they came through for me and all of that. But there are underlying issues that I need to deal with them, and it's change. And again, it's constant just change in dynamics. Change in dynamics of how I'm making friends now. Like, it's not necessarily like, oh, I'm making friends because I think, oh yay, like friends for life. I'm just like, okay, you're in my dining hall, I'm gonna make friends with you. You're in my lecture, or you're in my class, or you're in my chat. I mean, and like, I feel like I'm getting really close to some people, and I'm kind of scared because of what's happening now with my best friend. And I'm just like, do I really want to get close to this person? But at the same time, I feel like I want a deep, meaningful connection with somebody, and I want it to be in such a situation that not easy, but less unpredictable. Like, so many things have happened that have changed everything regarding my relationships with my friends. Like, I'm becoming so close with certain people that I never thought I'd become close with. And then there are other people in my life that I thought I would stick with them for a really long time. And now I barely see them. But also, again, like, I've kind of had this mentality that, like, oh, okay, all of these people that I'm losing touch with and no longer seeing are actually friends that are in third year and are extremely busy. So, and I'm not gonna lie, it has been a good term. I'm rekindled with a lot of my friends that I made friends with in first year and that I've kind of lost touch with. Like, I rekindled with like 3 of them, like, in the last month. That was fucking amazing. So I enjoyed that, but I also don't want it to get to the point where I have to rekindle with somebody like I really found a close connection and deep connection with. And I'm not dealing with this change very well. Like, I feel very isolated because all my friends are no longer, or all my people who I found meaningful relationships and are no longer so close to me. Like, you know, they're no longer in my classes, they're no longer in my space, and it's kind of difficult to make time for that. And so I don't think I'm dealing with that really well. Like, I try to make plans and things, but also like transport, and they all live far. My goodness. And but then again, why do I feel like I need these close, meaningful connections? Because, I mean, things do come to natural conclusions, and I tend to hold on to things from the past, and I'm torn between this. Do I really want to, like, have these established strong relationships or whatever, or is it just me holding on to remnants of the past, remnants of an older me, like, do they even have space in my life anymore? Like, do these relationships even have, like, time and space in my life, or have I outgrown them, or is it just that I'm not making enough effort? And I really think that I need to sit with those issues and actually talk about it, because it's difficult. I can't tell the difference anymore, because, like, at some points I'm like, yes, I try to make plans, and plans never work out with my one friend. She's always busy, or whenever she messages me, I'm busy, and I don't know if that's like a sign, or if it's just because, like, it actually is meaningful to me. And I think it stems from the fact that, like, I was never able to make really long life friends. Like, I have lost touch with most of my friends from my childhood. Yeah, and I feel like that's gonna, like, it's like I go through phases of my life of friends. So I have these, like, people that I know from, like, high school and stuff that were my friends that I no longer talk to, and I feel like this natural conclusion of friends, like this period of friendship in this time in university, is coming to its natural conclusion as well. And I really don't want that. Like, I need to start being more stable with my relationships. But yeah, I just do. I really do. And I don't know how to deal with it. But also, like, with all these changes and things, it could also be because I genuinely hate change. Sorry. I genuinely hate change. I hate, because I have so much going on in my life. I have ADHD, and I've got other things to deal with, and, like, a lot. certain things need to have a set structure, and I need a support and something that I can rely on. And if it changes, then my whole life changes. And now because of the dynamics being changed and things like that, like, I have to adapt again, and it takes me a while to adapt. I'm not really good at change and things like that. So I think that I really need to consider a few things. I need to consider my aversion to change. I need to consider if I'm holding on to remnants of the past and a different me in a different past, or if I should take this opportunity to learn to grow and to make time and put effort into these relationships that I sincerely do want to keep. So essentially that's it. But the last point I want to make is a topic of communication. I spoke a lot about communication in my relationship and stuff like that, but I was more in a romantic sense. And I think that if I put in those views that I have about communication regarding a romantic relationship into my friendship relationship, I think that will also help me a lot, because I realize I haven't been talking to my friends about this. I haven't been expressing this to my friends, that I feel distant from you guys, and maybe like we can come to an agreement together. That is also very important that I need to mention. Communication. So I needed 4 points. Aversion to change. Am I holding on to remnants of the past, or must I put in effort? And when I do put in effort, I need to put in commitment. This has been a really interesting video. I know it's a lot of rambling and things like that, but I enjoyed expressing my feelings like this. I think I'll do it from now on.